While technology was created to make our lives and our work more efficient, we have all experienced the negative effects of technology in our everyday world. We have seen the couple out to dinner at the table next to us, interacting with their phones the entire time and never interacting with each other. We've seen the dad on the playground working away on his laptop while his child is trying desperately to get his attention. Or maybe you have struggled to finish a work project because you got distracted on social media, lost track of time, and are struggling now to focus on the task at hand. My topic today is the problem of creativity being limited by technology. I'm qualified to discuss this topic because I am a human being who uses technology and because of the research that I have done to prepare for this presentation. There are three main points that I will discuss in my speech today. First, I will discuss the main problem of technology limiting our creativity. My second point will identify some causes of these limitations. And finally, my third point will examine some possible solutions to this problem. Let's begin by looking at my main point. My first main point is the problem of technology limiting our creativity. How do we define creativity? Authors Henriksen, Misha, and Fisser tell us in their 2016 study found in the Journal of Educational Technology and Society that creativity can be viewed as a process and as a product. Creativity is the production of novel and effective ideas that are useful solutions to problems. A novel idea is a new, original, unique, and fresh idea. An effective idea has value, effectiveness, and quality. According to a 2020 study in the Critical and Creative Thinking Capstones, Kara Tuttle describes watching her new neighbor take his dog out in the yard and proceed to interact with his phone the entire time they're out there. This behavior is very different from her previous neighbor who would take her dog out in the yard and interact with the dog the entire time by playing fetch and other games with the dog with no technology anywhere in sight. And as an assistant professor, Tuttle and her colleagues notice a shift in their students' ability to engage in the creative process. There is a loss of critical thinking skills and creative insight. Students are quick to give up on tasks and projects, as well as showing a negative attitude towards challenging work. They show a fear of experimentation, seeing mistakes that they make as failures rather than as a part of the creative process. Students demonstrate less curiosity and are less motivated to investigate topics on their own. Now that you're familiar with the problem of creativity being limited by technology, I will move on to my next point. My second main point examines some of the causes of the limitations of creativity. Tuttle goes on to say that this shift in thinking can be credited to the growing omnipresence of digital technology. Members of the Generation Z cohort, born in 1997, have grown up entirely immersed in this digital technology. The baby boomer generation was influenced by television. Generation X experienced the computer revolution. The explosion of the internet and social media has influenced the lives of millennials. However, Generation Z is the first generation to have grown up surrounded by all of these technologies at once. Todd Duet tells us in his 2003 study published in the Creative Research Journal that creativity in the workplace can also be limited by technology in the following ways. Technology enables companies to expand their geographical reach, making it difficult to maintain a cohesive identity among coworkers. This makes creative collaboration on projects more difficult. Technology in the workplace can gain more participation, which leads to an information overload, making creative thinking more difficult. And technology offers more efficient modes of communication, which could alienate employees due to lack of personal connection, making casual conversation less frequent and stifling the building of trust needed to work together creatively. Now that we have looked at some of the causes of the ways creativity is limited by technology, what are some ways to solve this problem? My third main point will identify some solutions to this problem. According to a 2001 study in the Creative Research Journal, Stephen Mark Edwards states that in order for technology and creativity to coexist together successfully in the future, the following things need to happen. Society needs to recognize the importance of creativity in the development of a healthy individual in all areas of life. Important strides that are being made in information access, openness to new ideas, and communication with significant others must be valued and must continue. And how we move forward with program development in the presence of technology must be driven and led by the choices and decisions of human beings. Christine Sabier states in her 2002 study published in Academia that it is the responsibility of educators to teach their students how technology is a tool that can be used effectively in their creative work and study rather than becoming a creative hindrance. Some of the ways are as follows. Technology allows the creative student to inquire and make notes of their own thoughts. Technology also allows them to preserve their creations and produce visual aids. Technology can reform their artistic techniques, helping them to grow within their medium. Technology can help the creative student to stay on task. Technology helps the creative student to form and engage in a wide community of others that share their interests and want to collaborate creatively. According to a 2012 study found in PLOS 1, Atchley, Strayer, and Atchley, even tell us that adults and individual children are spending more and more time interacting with technology, and the solution to this increased use is to get outside and interact with nature as a break from this heavy use of technology. Exposure to nature restores our higher cognitive functions such as selective attention, problem-solving skills, inhibition, and multitasking ability. Disconnection from media and technology and interaction with nature increases creativity and problem-solving performance by 50%. In conclusion, today I discussed the effect of technology on our culture. There are three main points that I focused on in the body of my speech. First, the problem of technology limiting our creativity. My second point examined some causes of these limitations. And in my third point, I identified some solutions to this problem. Even though technology presents limits to our creativity, it is important to remember that as human beings, we have the power to remain in control of technology, not only as a creator and contributor to the growth of technology, but also as a consumer, allowing it to be a tool to aid in our creativity. Technology should never be allowed to overtake us. And when we find ourselves relying on it too much and we get bogged down, we can always go outside and take a hike in nature. Thank you.